Okay, I got the sink out of the workshop. It's not magical, but it's not in the workshop, which is the most important part. I really wish I had been able to do a better job with it, but it's been in the middle of my workshop for 2 days, and that's the most amount of time I could have it in there. So I ended up welding the whole sink in, and this was not as easy as I wished it was. Like, there's a section of weld where I was doing okay, and here's a section of weld where I had a tie-in and it wasn't great, and over here it was doing okay, but this is like 6 different starts. Not the easiest thing to do. This is not a welding example, so don't worry about it. This is just the best I could do with the product that I had and the amount of time I had to do it. This sink is totally not a good example of what to install here. A regular stainless steel countersink would be thicker. This sink is so thin. I don't even know what to say about it. It's like a millimeter or so, maybe. It's pretty thin, and the worst part of it is that at the edge here, it immediately rises away. Right here, it immediately rises away. If I had had another piece of 18 gauge like this counter, that was the sink, and it would probably be like fit under from the bottom, and then it would be a lap weld, I would have been able to do a much better job. But given the circumstances that I had, this is the best of my ability. I welded this edge on. This was that piece that's folded over. I was able to cut off the rounded part and put it backwards here. And I welded this part from this side and that part from that side. Only because I welded this one all from the backside, and it turned out horrifyingly bad. This is just a piece of the sheet metal that I had cut off from here, and I cut a strip that was back height high, and or backsplash high, and welded it in from the outside. I believe it's watertight, but it looks so bad I'm gonna have to put a bead of gray caulk on it because I just can't live with that. So this one had a roll in the sheet metal where it rolled down, and so I was able to fuse most of it by burning off the little lip that was left on this and melting it into the puddle. So it really turned out great. But I just got scared on the last little bit. There was less of a lip, and I didn't want that other part where it's oxidizing on the back side of the weld because there's no shield gas. So yeah, that's why that's different. I poured some water on it here, and it didn't immediately run off on the floor. So I do have some oil canning around here, and then the opposite is a little depression here, just from the weld pull, but there's nothing I can do about that. So yeah, there's the sink and the counter situation, and yeah, I hope it's cool. This water heater is going to go in the corner there. So it'll be a great place for a water heater because nobody wants to have to actually store things in the corner. So yeah, I made the most of that counter in this limited amount of space. I have a under cabinet light there for a shelf, and then there'll be 2 shelves there, and the light will cast down on the counter and probably accentuate the badness of the welds. And I think they're going to be 18 inches deep. So this 30-inch deep counter will kind of make sense once those deep shelves go in there. Anyway, I hope that looks cool. Thanks for stopping by.